This conference will now be recorded.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and assalamu alaikum all of you. I am Hussain Qazi, the instructor for AFM Advanced Financial Management for the qualification ACCA. I'm a specialized person to deliver the lectures for AFM, SBR and FM. So welcome all of you for this particular session. Candidates must have to develop your mind that this particular session, a brief session, it's not only about the syllabus details of the AFM, but also about to develop a good mindset, a proper mindset, a proper direction to start a preparation for the AFM exams. And definitely the guidelines with respect to this particular session will support you to develop the right path, to develop the right direction towards the success of AFM exams. Because starting of the preparation is not the only thing. With respect to every project, whenever you start the working, important thing is that you have to develop a right path. If you are not able to develop a right path with the right direction, basically you are planning for the failure. Because this particular exam, it's not only about to throw the knowledge on the exam, but also the smartly handling the time, smart handle the situation, how to execute the examination, the respect to the marking scheme, and so on. So that's why I will try my best to deliver the best practice, best briefing about the subject to develop a right direction. So let's start it. To start with, first of all, my introduction. My name is Hussain Qazi, as already introduced. Alhamdulillah, 14 years teaching of experience for the ACCA qualification and other professional qualification of accountancy like CIMA and MBA and other master's courses. With respect to ACCA specialization of AFM, SBR, FM, I'm associated with the Tabani School of Accountancy as a senior faculty member. The only platinum status college declared by, authorized by ACCA body, okay? And also a chief operating officer and a co-founder of online lecturer, me, Hussain Qazi, and Mr. Kashif Kamran, mutually having a setup to run an academy that's called Online Lecturer Academy. Alhamdulillah, our students secure nationwide and global positions in Pakistan, not just in Pakistan, but beyond the Pakistan internationally as well. ACCA invited multiple times, alhamdulillah, to me, not locally but internationally as well, to conduct the exam focus sessions to support to not only to the students but also to the facilitator or instructors with different part of the world, alhamdulillah. With respect to professional practice, I'm also engaged with HRS network. HRS network, that's a global accountancy and outsourcing firm, serving as a director. You can contact me through the WhatsApp, any particular queries during the office hours. My number is 00923218271784. Okay, let's start. Number one, the most important thing is to develop the right approach to study the finance. Right approach to study the finance. Don't just read these statements. This is not any formal statements. It's a very important statement to develop your mindset. The important thing is to develop a mindset, candidates. Develop a mindset. Whenever you involve in a project, whenever you start your preparation, the first thing is that you have to develop your mindset. The previous knowledge you required for this particular subject, that's FM, financial management. But do remember, here we will study, the subject is about finance. The subject is not about accounting. Your role or the expectation, the examiner from your side, from any candidate, that you must perform as a finance manager. You have to respond to the situation as a finance manager, not as a financial accountant. There's a lot of difference between the accountancy, that's reporting, that's studied F3, F7, SBR, that about the accountancy, that about the past. For example, apply the accounting standards on the transactions, with the transaction that's already happened, that was past. So financial accountant role as a reporting of the transaction, what has actually occurred. But the finance manager's role, it's not about the past, although using the past data, but for future analysis. Your mindset should be as an entrepreneur. Should be as an entrepreneur. That's important. Your mindset as an entrepreneur. Whatever the entrepreneur think about the business, you must have think in that manner. A simple question. For example, if you are an entrepreneur, for example, you are an entrepreneur and you have a fast food chain of 100 different outlets all over the region, all over the world, 100 different outlets. You are an owner of, for example, McDonald's. You are an owner of Papa John's, Pizza Hut, or any different food agencies. So what you are thinking about, let's suppose there is a situation about expansion of the business. So how you will think? Expansion of business, building, machinery, setups. So as an entrepreneur, will you think as an accountant? If I purchase the land, what should be debit, what should be the credit? This is not the way, candidates. Entrepreneur never think in this manner. Entrepreneur think in a different manner. So first of all, no way to think about like an entrepreneur, like an accountant. So just forget the situation, or just think beyond the accountant. Okay, accountancy data is important with respect to finance manager, but your thinking must be future oriented. It's about proactiveness. It's about analysis. It's about investments, finance. And the most important statement, you must think in a manner that how to maximize the wealth of shareholder. It's not about how to report to the shareholders. It's about how to maximize the wealth of shareholder. That's the key point, candidates. That is the key point. So in more depth, the mindset, the game of mindset, it's all about the mindset. The major thing is to develop the mindset. This picture is about financial statement, income statement. That is about the statement of financial positions. How many times you have observed this picture in your studies or in your life? Sir, we are an accountant, we are business students multiple times. But this income statement and balance sheet, you always think, other than financial management, like as an accountant. Like as an accountant. For example, if there is a situation to purchase for example, if there is a situation in a room, in a boardroom, where an accountant is sitting, an entrepreneur is sitting, and financial manager is sitting, and discussion about to expansion of the business, expansion of the business of bank, expansion of the Toyota, expansion of the Pizza Hut, expansion of the McDonald's. How the financial accountant think in a manner? Accountancy approaches that if this happens, how I will report in the income statement and balance sheet. But with respect to the financial manager, don't think in this manner. You will think from where I will arrange the finance as an entrepreneur. Sorry, from where I will arrange the finance. That is debts or equity. What is the investment about? Is this investment enough to provide the returns So the picture is same, but the mindset is different with respect to entrepreneur or finance manager. The picture with respect to financial accountant, this picture shows the reporting. But with respect to finance manager, this picture shows how to maximize the wealth of investment. So wealth of a shareholder. Getting the best finance, investment in the best opportunities to get the returns to maximize the wealth of the shareholder. That is what to approach the study of the finance. So first of all, before going to depth about this particular subject, you have to develop your mindset. You have to develop your mindset. That's how this subject, develop your mindset, how you must have to think during the preparation and reflecting on the examination hall. That's the point, huh? Okay, moreover, candidates, moreover, with respect to syllabus, there are 5 parts of the syllabus. Syllabus content is limited, it's limited, but very much technical, and you need to develop your smart technique as well. There are 5 things, and we will discuss over the slides about the details of each part. A part, role of senior financial advisor, your role, it's 100% theory. Advanced investment appraisal, you have already studied investment appraisal, that's advanced. C and D, acquisition merger, corporate reconstruction, reorganization. Acquisition merger, reconstruction, reorganization, and treasury management. C and D, the business valuation you have studied in your previous part. Treasury management, that's a part of it. Okay, one by one. Section A, a quick matter. Section A, that is about formulating the policies related to what? Related to this, candidates, related to this. With this, what is a if I say that what is about the business with viewpoint of any businessman, with viewpoint of entrepreneur, either a small businessman or a Warren Buffett, Jack Ma, Alibaba.com, either the like Microsoft, Apple, the business in a very higher ranking or lower, the business and approach is same. What's the approach? Determine the best investment opportunity. That's the policy of investment. Arrange the finance, get the return. The business actually belongs to the equity holder, because debt finance, it's temporary for 5 years, short term or long term. 6 months bank OD, 5 years medium, 10 years long term, 15 years long term. Actually the business is about the equity holder. So what is about the business in front of the owner, in front of entrepreneur? Investment policy, P standard policy, financing policy, and the return, that's called dividend policy. There are 3 policies. So as a finance manager, what's the topic about? We have to develop best formulations. We have to develop best policy to determine the investments. That's opportunities. COVID-19, although COVID-19 is a situation of disaster, but still some business opportunities exist. For example, mask, hospital equipments, remote working. So for example, the demand of laptops, the demand of technology means online connectivity. That's investment opportunity. Think in this manner. But another thing is formulating the financing policy. But what is the purpose of investment? And to arrange the finance, best investment. For what reason? Returns. That's dividend. Examiner, this topic is all about theory, and the scope of exam is 25 to 40 marks. I know that there's a question in your mind, how much part of the paper theory and how much calculation. We will discuss this point later on, don't worry. Moreover, section B, you have studied in investment appraisal previous, but here the advanced investment appraisal. I'm not here to discuss about the drilling of the topics. No, the drilling of the topic during the lectures of the syllabus. It's about the brief introduction and the mindset development. So you have already studied the investment appraisal FM. That's about the advanced investment appraisal. A very important topic, advanced investment appraisal. First of all, bear in your mind, advanced means you have a strong foundation for investment appraisal of about the previous knowledge of financial management. It's about the calculation. It's mostly about the calculation, but you cannot ignore the theory. But here the term used the standard theory. Here I have used the term the standard theory. Standard means in investment appraisal, some of the theoretical aspects are very standard. For example, if you are calculating the NPV, parallel to the NPV, other part is related to assumptions, limitations, explanation about the decisions. That's very standard. That's very standard. So it's very structured theoretical aspect. So God. So exam scope is 25 to 35 marks. That's the part. Furthermore, acquisition merger. You have already studied previously the topic business valuation. But here, very advancement. Candidates, what I need to say here, every business wants a growth. Every business. Here, the investment appraisal, that's about the growth. Let's take an example. You are a bank having 200 branches. You wanted to grow. One strategy is to grow for, let's suppose, organic growth. For example, you are saying that we are going to expanding 50 more branches. So make an analysis. That's investment and appraisal. That's one way of growth. But another way of the growth, some inorganic way. Inorganic. You wanted to make investment, but more aggressive. You have 200 branches, wanted to grow, and one of the opportunities that you are going to acquire another bank. Acquisition. So your role as an acquirer, before moving, the decision of the business, the move of the business must be very much rational. Must be very much rational. Before investment, you have to value the business. But your position, not necessary. With viewpoint of acquirer, maybe you are in a position of the seller. If you are going to sell your bank, once again, the decision must be rational. You have to value a business. You have to evaluate the consideration matter, what I will receive against to sell this bank. So the topic business valuation, very much important. It's a very important topic. It's a mixture of calculation and the theory candidates. And exam scope, that's 25 to 35 marks. That's theory. It's technical, but we will discuss during the syllabus areas, but it's very much interesting. First of all, prepare your mindset. That's mindset is important. Another part that's about reconstruction and reorganization. Two things. Candidates, if there are some situation about the growth of the business, but the company may having facing some situation about the reorganization. For example, during COVID-19, and you having a business of 4 divisions. For example, you are a group of business having a car industry, textile as well, bank as well, telecom as well. So your telecom bank during COVID-19 going very well, but your textile export having question mark. Even car industry also going good, but your textile export flopping. So you wanted to reorganize. One way of the reorganizing is that you have decided that sell off the business, sell off your textile division and collect the money and focus more intensively, better in a better manner to another part of the business. So that's called reorganize. Some defensive way. Defense. A multiple aspect related to reorganization. Some as called demergers. We'll discuss later about it. Some as management buyout, means going to sell out the business unit, but not to the through any strange party, but to existing management. If selling to existing management, that's management buyout. This topic is very much interesting. It's a mixture of calculation theory, and the theory is technical comparatively the other part of the syllabus. Exam scope 25 to 35 marks. It's another starting point. It's all about finance manager. It's all about entrepreneurship. It's not about the recordings. It's about the best decision for the business to maximize the wealth of shareholder. So that's, you have to consider this point. Another point, what is this going on? What is this situation of the business? Nothing money in the pocket means it's a dangerous situation. Something about liquidation. It's about the liquidation. There's a very important topic, that reconstruction means, let's assume that if there is a business that's in ICU, intensive care unit, that it's about to liquidate, but the management think that it's about to liquidate. But if someone come in and inject the money, means inject the blood, the body will revive. If there is some plan like this, that's called reconstruction plan. So as an analyst, as a financial management analyst, we have to prepare a report with respect to the stakeholder of that particular reconstruction plan. Either reconstruction is better or liquidation is better one. Comparison for the sake of the stakeholder who are going to interested for the investment. For example, the existing shareholder. For example, business angels, angels and business. Another very important scope of the business. A very structured part of the very constructive part of the syllabus, and exam scope 25 to 35 marks. Okay, risk management. This one. Do remember, in the real world, businessman is a businessman. He's not a superman. He or she is not a superman. What this statement means, sir? Businessmen are not supermen. Business, if we are as a business entrepreneur doing the business in any particular business environment, we are facing a lot of risk. We are facing a lot of risk. But do remember, we are facing a lot of risk, but we have to make a strategy about the risk. Not always we accepting, or not always we welcome 100% risk. Yes, I will accept 100% risk. We have to develop some strategies. Sometimes we say that, yes, we need to shelter. We have to protect. We have to hedge our risk. We don't want to take any risk. For example, I am a car manufacturer. I'm a car assembler, for example, and regularly import some part. I don't want to take the risk. I want some shelter about the forex, devaluation of the currency. I'm taking a loan. Interest rate continuously fluctuates. I don't want to take the risk of interest. I've already taken the risk of the car business. So for that matter, interest rate risk, foreign exchange risk, But here about the risk management. That's called management. Shelter. I need shelter. In FM, you have already studied some part. Here, you have to study in more depth. An exam scope 25 to 35 marks. It's a very technical topic. It's a very technical topic. Okay, candidates, that's a brief introduction about the syllabus area. What we have done till now, a quick mindset, about the subject. Number two, a brief introduction about the topic. Now about analysis of the past paper. There are 5 exam papers you have to consider for one. That's September 18 to September 19. There are 5 syllabus area, A, B, C, D, E. I will consider COD as a one part. This is for the analysis. As I have already told you that A part is 100% theory. What is the purpose of showing this analysis? The purpose of showing this analysis that every part of the syllabus having almost equal weightage. For example, advanced investment appraisal scope 15 to 36 or 14 to 36. It's a mixture of calculation and theory. Calculation, theory. But role of senior financial advisor, that's scope 15 to 31 as well. What's the purpose to showing this analysis? The purpose is that you have to invest or capitalize your time in an equal manner. What wrong direction you are taking, that you are actually deputing or capitalize your time in a wrong manner. You invested more time for that particular topic from that topic where you are more interested. It's not about your interest, it's about actual reality. You have to spend equal time for investment appraisal and equal time for theory as well. Acquisition merger, it's 19 to 29 marks. Sometime acquisition merger, sometime acquisition corporate reconstruction reorganizations. Risk management, that's 25 to or 14 to 32 marks. So every part of the syllabus equal weightage. Whenever you start preparation, you have to develop your mindset that there are 4 areas of the syllabus. 1, role of senior financial manager. B, investment appraisal. 2nd, investment appraisal. 3rd, it's acquisition merger, reconstruction, reorganization. Both topics in one go. And the last one is treasury management. Whatever the sequence you will opt, no issue at all. Either you will start with acquisition merger, reorganization, either with investment appraisal, either with risk management, either with theory area, role of senior financial advisor. But the end of the day, you have to ensure that I have invested the time in a rational manner, in a justified manner, and never ignore the professional marks. Okay, ji. How to develop the exam approach, not the subject approach, exam approach in a right direction. Number 1, exam format. That's a section A, optional paper, all optional paper having similar exam format. Section A, 1 question, 50 marks. Section B, 25 multiplied by 2. It's not about the structure, what syllabus part examine where. Any part of the syllabus can examine in any way. any part of the syllabus. This part of the syllabus can examine in any way. Your passing ratio, I must say, it's maximum 35%. On average, it's about not more than 35%. Do remember, SBR and SBL passing ratio, it's around 50%. But all optional paper, it's under 35% or 35%. I will not count one of result 41%. No, it's average 35%. So you have to develop your mindset. You have to develop the right direction. That should become part of this under 35%. This person is your lead examiner, Sushmit. He's Indian, very sharp person, very intelligent person. I've already met him personally back in 2013, a conference. In a conference, some of the statement he said to us that I must share one thing about this lead examiner, about this person. He spread a question to the audience that, do you know that what's the main reason, what's the concrete reason for the failure of this exam by the candidates? And another question he threw that, do you know that is there any subject knowledge matter? Means he actually spread that question to the instructors, all the instructors of the worldwide, that do you know that the actual reason of the failure is about the subject knowledge of any candidates? He said no. The actual reason for any candidate for AFM failure, it's not about the knowledge of the subject. 90% case, it's not about 95% case, it's not about that you people are lack of knowledge whenever you're sitting in the examination. And this is true. Actually, the subject knowledge is not the problem when you are sitting in the examination hall, but the actual point is that you are not managing the exam, how the examiner established the exam. Lack of management, lack of decoration. You just throw the knowledge, whatever you have, rather than the examiner expectation is that you just not throw the knowledge, but decorate, manage your exam accordingly, whatever the examiner asks. He replied that you must have to think in this manner with this figure. What this figure shows that, for example, if you are a pilot and your aircraft is in air right now, and your assistant pilot or your co-pilot says that, sir, it's time to land. So you must be very much conscious now. You must be alert at that point. And whenever the moment you think that, okay, it's time to land, so what first thing in your mind? What first thing in your mind? Your first thing is that develop the right approach. You are sitting in that cockpit and you have to land with this runway. So you have to develop the right approach. First of all, have to approach. If you select the wrong approach, this will happen. God forbid, Allah forbid for that. But this will happen. This is called AFM failure. You will fail with the exam, AFM exam. It's not just about through the knowledge. You have to develop the right approach. That is the point. But sir, if we are sitting in the cockpit, look at this picture. If we are sitting in the cockpit and we have to develop the right approach for this runway, what we should do? This means If we are flying an aircraft, that's the time of the preparation. And landing of the aircraft, it's actually about the examination day. So what to do? During the preparation, this 5 to 6 points you have to bear in your mind. Number one, if there is a question in your mind that how much proportion of the subject is theory and calculation, so do remember that this is a theoretical based calculation paper. Sir, what do you mean by theoretical based calculation paper? Sir, what does that mean? Candidates, have you ever studied the ratios analysis and analysis? Yes. Variance and analysis? Yes. These two topics were calculation based theory. First you calculate the ratios, then analysis. First you calculate the variance, then analysis. That's calculation based theory. But this topic is actual about this subject. It's not about calculation based theory. Just calculate and put the theory. No, the whole of the subject having a background of the theory. Every topic having a background of theory. So you have to develop a good essence. You have to understand the good essence of the theory, and then on that theoretical aspect you have to put your calculation. If this subject is a theoretical based calculation, candidates, how can you get rid from the theory? So you have to love the theory. You have to develop your mindset that the essence of the subject is the theory. Approx 55 to 60% part related to theory. 55 to 60%. Look at this. This is the analysis of exam, June 19 exam. During our studies, we have to prepare or normally the direction we set to the students in this manner with this exam technique, not just to throw the knowledge. This is what an analysis we have made. 100% marks. Ignore that. What has examined? What's the name? 100% marks allocated in that manner. The calculation is 46. June 19 exams, the calculation is 46. 4 marks professional. Leave it for the timing for the professional marks. We will guide you during the lectures for the professional marks. But the 50 marks related to theory, that's theory. And theory has two components. $50 marks related to theory. If you invest 80% times on calculation, that's the wrong direction. You have to you have to develop your ability to to calculate the matter and the writing aspect as well. So theory has two components, some general, some specific. Specific means some specific topics, definition, explanations. That's 25 marks. And general means that's related to the case, reference to the case, analysis of the case. That's 25 marks. So actually you have to prepare in this way. In this session, we are not talking about how to handle this thing, but it's an eye-opener session. Okay, that is the point. That is the way to start the preparation accordingly. It's not only about the session related to just discussing about the content of the syllabus, but to develop the right mindset. You have to develop your preparation. You have to develop your ability, not only about the calculation aspects, but also about the theoretical aspect. Reference the theory, practice the theory, from the whatever the instructor says about refer the notes, refer the books, past papers, how examiner perform the past paper. We have already established some suggested answer for the student convenience, how to write the answers. So this is what the important aspect. Furthermore, the important aspects, you have to command a third point is complete syllabus area. Means never think that we have to develop a selected syllabus areas. You have to focus the complete syllabus area. Quality preparation is very much important. Quality means during the studies, you have to self-assess yourself. If you engage with us, we will provide some self-assessment questions, and if you attempt the self-assessment question and submit to us, we will reply you through the feedback about your position related to by email or the WhatsApp. Uh, that's how you will manage your time, how the smart techniques to allocation of the marks, that you can save your time. For example, investment appraisal question, you can save your time, just throw some standard theory, 4 or 5 point standard, and save your time, and that saving can be invested some critical theoretical areas, for example acquisition merger, where requires more challenge. So that's the qualitative matter, how to handle the time management, how to handle the marks allocations. Past papers, you have all from the relevant past papers are December 10 to March 20. It's good that the June 20 exams questions may also available, or moving forward, that's 21 next year by that's 2021 exams, or like this. Almost December 10 onwards past paper is relevant. It's more than 20 attempts past paper available, but past paper is for the practice purpose, not for the guesswork. And do remember the most important thing: if any time examiner asks you any of the topic in the professional level exams, in the optional exams, you must have to connect the knowledge with the application. For example, let's suppose if the examiner asks you the topic synergy, a topic synergy, so examiner is not expecting just to define synergy, but also connect the synergy matter with the case. That is called application of knowledge. If there are 5 marks for the topic synergy, 2 marks related to definition explanation, 3 marks related to case. So if you are not able to connect with the case, examiner will not give you the marks. That's an important point. Study material, you have Kaplan or BBB study text, AFM past paper, December 10 to March 20, almost 21 past papers, or moreover, it's 21 exams. For example, it's about the 2021 year, so you can add on the examinations paper. Technical articles, some of the technical articles very relevant. We will suggest you what's articles. And the question is that why you opt the Hussain Qazi or online lecture academy? So the reply is that Alhamdulillah, we have a track record that our passing rate is most of the times, majority times, more than the global rate. Alhamdulillah, associated with the Platinum Status College and our online lecture academy team, having a good track. Alhamdulillah, having a good feedback tracks, and it's actually reflecting from the passing rates. Alhamdulillah, that's the core reasons. Further reason is that the direction of the session we will provide you. We will provide you the premium recorded lectures on a weekly basis, and we will engage you live fortnightly. Every fortnight, every 15 days, we will conduct a live session. The purpose of live session is to support you. For example, if you have queries, you can ask me live, and we will solve your queries. Number one. Number two, the another purpose of live session is that is to assess your pace and motivate you that your pace is up to the mark or not. If it's not up to the mark, we will motivate you, or we will guide you how to develop the right pace towards the success of the exams. So if you are not able to conduct to take up this live sessions, you will get the recording of the live session, but we can also facilitate you during business hours, any of your queries through the WhatsApp or emails. 3 weeks ago, normally we conclude the syllabus by 3 weeks ago, the exams. And once complete of the syllabus, you will be part of our exam drilling session. Exam drilling lectures, exam drilling sessions are actually other than the regular session, where we more focus on quick review of the syllabus and more focus on smart techniques of the exams. Exam techniques, how to handle your exams in a smart manner, where you can save the time, where you can invest the time, more focus of the current semester, the examiner expectation, and more on that to support the best way how to handle the paper. It's not about the knowledge. It's first you will get the knowledge of the syllabus, then we will support you how to smartly handle the exam point. That's called exam drill sessions. All lectures will be available, the recording of the lectures till the final day of the AFM exams. Furthermore, candidates, all core syllabus areas, summarized premium notes will be available. Moreover, for each topic, there are 5 topics. For each topic, at least 2 to 3 answers we will provide you as the suggested answers. Suggested answers means one of the the answers available, that's a past papers examiner answer, but we have developed our suggested answers bank to the students for their convenience. That's if the examiner, if the student sitting in the examination hall, how the student will develop or construct the answer accordingly. It's, in a simple words, it's a student caliber answer to get the perfect marks in the exam. Furthermore, we will, during the sessions, regular session and the exam drill sessions, we will more focus for the exam, smart exam techniques. That's a key point to handle the examination. WhatsApp group and tutor support will be available to you. Candidates, there are 5 steps. If you follow these 5 steps, inshallah, you will be able to qualify the exam. Through our lectures, get the knowledge. Number 1, first step, get the knowledge. Number 2, if during the lectures, if we suggest you self-attempt the questions, you have to attempt the question. Don't skip that. You have to attempt the question. Then whenever you attempt the questions, if you have any query, you just take a screenshot and through the you can coordinate through email or WhatsApp. We will reply you the feedback about your position to enhance your performance and monitor the performance. You have to read the material, but obey our, you must have, actually you people are investing the time. You don't want to invest your time and flunk on the exams, no? So you have to follow the sequence. That is your benefit. That will you will get the benefit. So steps are premium lectures, that's videos. Number 2, self-attempt questions. Number 3, suggested reading materials, and take out the revision sessions, exam drill sessions, and then attempt the mock and watch the video of the mock briefing. These 5 steps is equal to success of AFM. That's the point. That's the roadmap. You have almost 11 weeks from now, 8 weeks for the preparation. That's 1 week for the revision time. Then mock exam, mock briefing, and then go for the exam date. Inshallah, you will be able to qualify. This is how we share the material to you. Once you will become registered with our course, we will provide the material in this manner. This is what the structure you will get access. For example, there's a topic of advanced investment appraisal. This is what the sequence. For example, if we suggest that for advanced investment appraisal, there are 4-step solution. First step, you have to connect with link and watch the video. Second step, watch the video. But third step, first you have to self-attempt this question. Once you've done the self-attempt question, then you have to watch this video. That is what the self-attempt. And after watching this video, if you have any problem, do reply me accordingly. That's what the sequence we have developed, and move on accordingly. At the end, success rule, it's all about the power of belief. These two pictures is not actually about the Photoshop. It's not the Photoshop. It's the real pictures. If you have courage, if you have belief, that's all about the power of belief. What you can do that. So if these people can run the bicycle or play the tennis, you can easily qualify your AFM exam. So candidates, I hope that from this particular session, you have got a good knowledge about how to start the preparation of the AFM. So let's the AFM journey start. After this session, you if once you watch this video, do reply me on the Facebook or the WhatsApp about this particular session, that have you get some knowledge from this particular video. Is there some value addition about this video? Do reply me accordingly. And if you wanted to register with us, do contact us through the Facebook or the WhatsApp number. Thank you very much. Take care a lot. And do reply me and response me through the feedback, and any more query you can ask us. Thank you very much. Take care a lot. Assalamu alaikum.